Yo, welcome back to the Audio Theory Podcast. If you're new to the channel, please hit the like button as well as the subscribe button. What's good, Danny? How have you been?
I've been good, my dude. Great to see you. We took a little bit of a break. Your boy had his baby Moon. I went to Key Largo, Florida. So the Florida Keys, Key Largo, for those who don't know, because I just learned this shit as well, and I've been here for fucking 15 years. Key Largo is the first Keys, like, as you go into the Florida Keys. So beautiful time. Weather was gorgeous. The wife is super pregnant and looking great. But yeah, man, super chilled vibes. There was actually a wedding taking place the same night that we got there when we checked in. And dude, I don't know. I mean, again, I'm sure you do this now when you go to other people's wedding. You obviously in some way either compare it to your own or just like you're trying to peep the dynamic between the bride and groom to like, is there going to be true love? And bro, like they actually had the room next to us. Yeah, so we could hear them like yelling and the wife like complaining about things. So dude, there was one night we were just vibing on the balcony and we saw people walking and I was like, shh. And then like we hear someone complaining and without seeing their face, my wife was like, oh yeah, that's the bride. Cause like that bitch was miserable, bro. So yeah, it's very interesting. But yeah, phenomenal time. These again, I know this is a very tongue-in-cheek joke, so please, give me grace, all females listening and watching this. But there's so many different like things for like the mom, and again, it's a miracle. My wife is having twins, even double the miracle. But bro, there's like push presents, there's baby moons, there's like all.
I never heard of that.
Oh yeah, you have to give them like a gift for like having a kid. Mm-hmm. So it's like, oh, awesome. So it's just like the baby shower, and we're having like a mini baby shower for like her friends. So it's just like, yeah, bro. On top of like all the things I told you offline about that also happening, like all this planning and shit, dude, like the baby shower, people are hitting me up from New York, like when's it gonna be? I gotta book a flight. And I'm just like, dog, I'm trying to make it to Friday. Bro, you're asking me about something in August and I'm trying to make it to Friday, bro. Like, oh man, it's just a lot of planning on my side, my guy. But how's life been for you?
It's been good. Honestly, not a whole lot since we last spoke. Happy the stock market has somewhat
bouncing
reversed.
back.
Yeah, bouncing back. I was just worried. I'm like, fuck, can I ever retire? But now that
is that more because of like 401k concerns or like stocks? Everything.
Stocks, 401k. I know like inevitably things will bounce.
They always
back,
go up. Yeah.
But then again, like, I mean, as you know, whether it's music, stocks, like everything is unprecedented and unexpected. And I'm like, maybe it's the end of America. Who the fuck knows? So I feel a lot better Good. Now. But yeah, besides that, still training for the half marathon, trying to increase my runs. I got two more long runs left in me before the actual event. So
when's the actual event?
It's June 1st, 2 days after the Kendrick concert.
Okay, cool. So you try your best not to get too faded at that.
Yeah. But I already know that I just have to. Like,
you have to. What it is. Yeah. Nice, dude. Is the wifey doing it with you?
Yeah, she's doing the half marathon as well.
Nice, dude. I feel like you guys of all people, at some point, you guys have to knock out that Maui marathon or the half marathon in Maui. I feel like that's like a big one. I know your boy Sloan, and obviously love Sloan as well. I think just Adam is signing up for that one as well. And I feel like that's wow. I feel like the Maui, Chicago, Boston, New York are like the 4 marathons that like are the most prestigious.
Yeah, we definitely want to do a Hawaii one. Might want to do a half marathon first, like 3 half marathons, and then
jump up
the confidence to do a full. Probably won't go beyond.
But I'm telling you that once you do a half, at which you've already done, dog, the other 13 aren't. It's not harder. It's just realizing that you're doing it. But it's not. If you can do, dude, I'm telling you, and again, only because I ran the full.
Yeah.
Once you figure out a way to do 10 miles consistently, the other 16 don't. It doesn't matter, bro. Like it doesn't make it any harder. Like you're just running longer. I think, at least my personal opinion, like, cause dude, like when I was training and it was like you said, like you have 2 long runs left and it's like, bro, like you have to, once I got to like 15, 16, 17, bro, it might as well have been like 28, cause it's the same shit. But getting to like 12 and 13 is like for your body is like, whoa, you know, you're fucking running for so long. But dude, I would say if you could do a half easily, like easily in the sense like you're not walking, you know, you're keeping a good pace. A full is it's not that much harder. It's just again, it's just longer.
Word. I feel you. Yeah, because more recently, so I didn't really start training for this one until maybe 3 weeks ago. I feel like with half marathon, at least for me, I'm able to like procrastinate. I don't need like 6 months for that. For a full marathon, I think what my hesitation was like,
training for that long?
Prepare for that long? Because there's so many weekends where it's like, all right, I went out, now I'm hungover, or like, you know, I'm out of town, and those things can derail you a bit. So that was my main concern. But I see what you're saying. I think once you hit that like runner's high point, which might be 6-8 miles, who knows, then it just feels like autopilot,
bro. Because I remember because Gina, my wife, wanted to do before our wedding, she wanted to do a half marathon, and not like an official one. Like she just wanted to do 13.1 miles in a single run. So we trained for that with her, but I already did the full like 3 months prior, bro. So for the half, nigga, I'm doing like jumping jacks, like waiting for her to catch up, you know? So it's just like, I think you'll see they do like once you start doing 13, 15, 16, it's just numbers at that point. But cool, bro. That's exciting. That's exciting. You have that in a couple of weeks. I'm definitely excited for you. Do you have like hey, I want to be sub this number, or hey, I want to do it in this time?
Yeah, I want to be sub 2 hours. Because last time I think I was just above 2. So if I'm looking at it, I did 2 hours and 4 minutes. Split pace 950. So if I could do sub 2, I'll be extra proud of myself.
So sub 2. So that's what's the math on that, bro? So is it 120? Is it 120 divided by 13.1? So almost like a 9.1 pace?
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. I mean, honestly, you could probably, I feel like the numbers you've been putting up recently, you could probably do like a sub. I mean, a 9 pace is amazing for a fucking half marathon. That's like fire.
Yeah.
But honestly, bro, I feel like the numbers you've been putting up, I feel like you could probably hit a sub 9, like an 8.8 or some shit. But yeah 9.1 is a great fucking goal.
Yeah. And I feel, I mean, I'm sure you noticed it in your marathon, but the adrenaline of everyone around
of the
you,
race day,
and just in your head, like when your legs are bitching out, just reminding yourself like, yo, I need to do this.
Yeah. 100%, bro. That's gonna be awesome. And then what's the is this like a famous half marathon, or just like one that's happening in your community?
No, this one's just literally convenient. It's like a 15-minute drive from us.
Nice.
It starts in that area called Santana Road. It's the shopping, restaurant, bar area.
Okay.
So it'll be cool because as soon as it's over, we're just gonna do brunch at this new spot that we like. So it'll be fun. Awesome,
bro. Best of luck, and keep training. I was gonna do a 10K this Sunday, and then I was like, you know what? No. I was just like, bro, it was like, honestly, I was like, what am I trying to prove? Like, bro, I think it was the inconvenience. So like, this was like that brand Lululemon?
Yeah.
So it was Lululemon Miami 10K, kind of a big deal because like they do like pop-up shops and all that shit. But bro, they don't mail you the bib. So bro, I live an hour from Miami, and they weren't giving the bib away on race day. So I would have to have gone and they're only open on Friday and Saturday before the race. So I would have to drive 2 hours round trip to get a fucking piece of paper and then go back on Sunday. I'm like, bro, I'm not fucking doing it. I want to sleep, bro. And the race starts at 5:30 in the morning. So I'm like, bro, like, dude, nah. Once I saw the timings of everything, I was like, bro, keep my money, bro. Like, it's fine. Like, I paid for this shit in February. I don't even care anymore.
That's ridiculous. Why they can't ship a piece of paper even if they charge $20?
They're not. I mean, it wasn't even an option, bro. It wasn't even an option, bro. And I was like, dude, like, I don't care enough. I'm like, dude, I have nothing to prove. I'll do a 10K in the afternoon at my house, and like, it'll be fine. So but I'm glad that's what's convenient for you, bro. But let's get into it. I'm sure the people want to know. We have some thoughts on a bunch of cultural events that have happened over the last couple of weeks. So episode 209 or episode 210? Episode 210. Loving it. Even number, bro. Let's man, there's been a few things, but again, we've been waiting almost a year and a half for this. We should probably start there. The Diddy trial started last week. or maybe the beginning of this week. I don't know, but well, I think the actual trial started this week, and I think last week was like getting the jury selected and all that stuff. So Diddy facing multiple charges. It's, I think for me, the most confusing part about this, bro, and this is a very, I would put this topic in the realm of like what Kanye has become. Like, I honestly feel a little bit uncomfortable giving takes in front of certain people, my own family and wife included. Because just a side note, like we were walking around like this bar area, and like this bar was playing fire throwback jams, and one of them was "I Need a Girl," and I was just like, bro, that's a fire song. And honestly, I think he's innocent. And dude, that was not, and dude, that did not go over well with the party I was with. So, but yeah, I think the weird thing for me, bro, in this Diddy case, initially at least, is not what is being said about what happened at these freak offs, right? Because I was almost like who cares about parties? You know, is my initial thought. But dude, didn't he pay Cassie to like not talk? Like, did it? Like, dude, she got paid $20 million in a settlement. And I just find it odd that she's like the leading witness in a situation. Was like, I thought we were not going to ever hear from her. So like, what are your thoughts on like how this thing is kind of kicked off?
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad you brought that up because I totally forgot that she had gotten that $30 million settlement. Granted, maybe that was specifically, I mean, let me look now. Like, was that not specifically for the DV video that came out, and like just like her specific situation during that
Yeah,
time?
I probably, yeah, but I just felt like, I feel like for that to be the state's leading witness in this whole thing, it just, I don't know, maybe I'm just like thinking too much from like the male perspective, and I don't think so, but maybe I am. But it's just like odd. It's like, bro, like I feel like, isn't that like almost like an NDA? It's like, bro, like why did you pay, like what were you paid for then if you're gonna go on the stand and still say all the outlandish, wildest shit that happened during that time?
I think I mean, without knowing all the intricacies of the case, I think it started out as like, you fucked me over. Like, I need some sort of compensation for what you put me through. And then it turned into a bigger criminal case. And she's like, I have my money, but I still want to see you behind bars. Cause I think what it is the DV stuff and all that stuff is past the statute of limitations or whatever, maybe.
Oh, like you mean like the recordings of her like in the hotel
Yeah.
and stuff? Yeah.
Yeah. But I think now it's like, it's all the other random shit like sex trafficking and stuff. And she's, even though it might not necessarily apply to her, or like he's not going to go to jail for forcing piss in her mouth, I think she still wants to contribute and see him
Yeah.
Demonized even more.
Yeah, like help create the narrative that the prosecution is going for, with just confirmation of things, not like adding things, but just
right.
That makes sense.
And if someone forced piss in my mouth, like I don't care if you give me $1 billion, I'm showing up at the stand too.
Yeah, I mean, again, so these first 2.5 days feel like it's just, I mean, we're on May 15th, so I think it's like 2.5, 3 days of the courts, the trial starting officially, but it just feels like this is just a behind the scenes of maybe of things we always assumed took place at these parties, and then at some point, I think it will escalate into like, again, not that anything took place so far is not crimes, but again, dude, so far, it just feels like she's confirming that he's a freaky ass dude, right? Like freaky ass dude, right? And I did think like we knew this already. It's just that's how I'm taking it, right? Like again, I know it's shocking, you know, crazy, the Craigslist stuff, and it's like, bro, you're a fucking billionaire. You're getting dudes off Craigslist to piss on your girl. Like, what's happening? But yeah, I think so far, like everything that's coming out is just like, it just feels like, yeah, I know he's a freaky dude, but like, where's the crime so far?
Yeah. And the way I'm interpreting all of this is, it seems like he, like, for the most part, a lot of this stuff was consensual, but in several instances it went too far. Now, I don't know if it was the drugs or like what it was, but it sounds like she was down for stuff, but then he's like, no, you're gonna have to do this and do that and do this. And I think that's where the real, I guess, crime would be is it
Sure.
that blurred line of like, okay, yeah, that was consensual, but you're now allowed to say no. Just like it doesn't matter how freaky you were 10 minutes ago. If you don't want to do the next 20 minutes of freaky shit and you're forcing me, then that's a crime in that instance.
100%. Yeah, 100%. 100%. 100%. What else has stood out to you just from the stuff that's been coming out through like the media outlets?
Um, I mean, honestly, the freaky stuff at this point wasn't really surprising to me. I guess over time I was surprised that Cassie was like complicit or willing in any fashion, shape, or
Yeah,
form.
yeah, yeah.
Like that to me was shocking. And I think unfortunately the way men are, they're like, oh, if you're down for that, then that means you have to be down for everything. And
Yeah.
I think that's perception wise, at least, is gonna hurt her. Like with men, it's like you're either an angel or you're a freak. And like if you're a freak, you get to be objectified to the nth degree, which is obviously not fair. But I think people aren't gonna take her very seriously if it's like, okay, well, if you bang five guys, why are you complaining now about like getting pissed on or whatever?
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. What are your thoughts on like how like the internet's running with like feeling bad for her husband, like having to hear all this
Oh
shit?
hell,
Obviously,
I mean,
I'm assuming he knew some version of this,
yeah,
right? Or she wouldn't take the stand. But yeah, the idea of like just that seems crazy.
right. No, just hearing that in court and like seeing your wife or fiance, you know, crying her ass off, I'm sure just makes it all that much more real.
Yeah,
And you can't do anything about it. You can't jump, over the bench or whatever and start beating the shit out of Diddy. Personally, I don't know if like I'd want to be around to hear all that stuff, knowing I can't do anything. Um, but I feel for him, and hopefully they find a way to heal beyond all this shit.
yeah, yeah, for sure. Because again, yeah, it's one thing if you guys had this sit down conversation and you're exchanging histories, right? Like we all have a past, but wild past for her, right? Unfortunately, fortunately, I don't know. Like obviously she was traumatized by it, but there's also probably things that she loved about her music career. But yeah, I don't think the idea of having someone else read the antics or confirm it and have her say, yeah, I did that as well. Even if he knew, he probably never knew to those depths. And like to
Yeah.
just be like, again, because in a weird way, it's almost like an undressing of him. And you're like, oh, wow,
Mhm.
fuck, I didn't really even know that shit. But all right, I still have to be the supportive husband, obviously. But there's also a version of this where you could just feel bad for him to have to like just deal with it.
Right. And honestly, I think I would feel a bit more comfortable if I knew that at least a lot of the freaky shit was consensual rather than like,
Forced.
damn, you were just forced to do all this shit. Cause that to me would make me, one, pity her even more, and two, just be that much more angry versus like, oh, okay, you were a superstar, you had a wild time, some shit got out of hand that was disgusting, but like let's move past it. I feel like that would be a better scenario as a husband.
Maybe, bro. But if she consensually let some dude piss in her mouth too, you'd be like, bro,
Okay, yeah,
that might be a line too far. You know, like
yeah. I mean that's yeah, that would be hard to get out of your head visually.
yeah. I think for me, like, man, I think there's like a again, this case will develop. I mean, I'm assuming it's going to be weeks, if not months, right? Like, there's going to be a long, drawn out situation because I know that from what we're hearing, Diddy has obviously a great. I mean, again, he has the money to afford a good attorney group, but it feels like almost like a Me Too movement, at least starting it off, right? Because I feel like they brought up like the age difference a lot. And like some of the things I saw, like him being 37 and her being 19 when they met. So like maybe that power struggle and like they use that in a way to like force her to do more. And again, he maybe did, but it just feels like that's the angle as opposed to, and again, dude, I'm not reading these fucking transcripts. I'm just going based off the headlines and you kind of just read through it or little snippets on TikTok and YouTube. But yeah, it's just, because a year ago it felt like this guy was gonna get arrested for some serious shit, and then there is a part of me right now where it's like what is he going to jail for, right? Which is why I keep leaning toward I think he might walk, because I'm like, bro, like again, if the forcing and if it felt like rape to her because of, dude, God forbid, and he deserves everything, but I don't know, it just feels like the initial narrative being more about like the power dynamic and her feeling forced to do things, obviously super fucking awful. But then I'm just like, okay, but like, is that like a slap on? I don't know. Like, it's hard to decipher these things too, because dude, so far it does feel like consensual, which again, I might be way off.
Yeah, no, I agree. Like, I don't, with the accounts of like the escorts and this and that, everything just sounds like this was a common, regular ass occurrence, and every now and then some shit got out of hand, and like I don't know what that particular crime is, obviously, or like what legal ramifications come with that, but I mean, obviously, if he did force her to do shit, that would get classified under the R word. But I don't know what the statute of limitations is or anything. But it does feel like there's like a different crime being thrown out every day. It's like, oh, you sex trafficking, but then it sounds like these escorts were just willingly trying to do this shit. And then some people are talking about the DV stuff, but that was long ago and doesn't even apply anymore. So I don't know if the crime now is just for being
he's a freaky ass dude. Like he's like,
yeah. Which, I mean, if it sounds like that's the case, regardless of what happens to him. So even if he gets off tomorrow, like I don't know if I feel comfortable praising that man, but at the same time, yeah, I don't really know. Like I think this is where power dynamics become weird, because I think people are like younger women in the industry and shit are enamored by figures like him, and they like think they want them, and then the guy kind of feeds into that, and then shit might go in a direction too fast, and then all of a sudden it's like it becomes regret, and then now it's up to the courts to decide like who was in the wrong. And I just feel like it's tricky, but it seems like he, just knowing his character, I wouldn't be surprised if he was dominant and like forced her to do shit aggressively. Like he has that energy with men. Didn't he try to blow up Kid Cudi? Like he just seems
yeah. Shout out to Kid Cudi, bro.
Yeah.
I was like lost in all of this, that apparently like he tried to blow up his car because because apparently he was talking to Cassie for too long, or
some shit like that, which is insane. Like I understand, show up to his house and threaten to beat him up, but blow him up. Like this shit,
dude, we almost forgot about that. Yeah, maybe that's a attempted murder. There you go. He might go to jail for that. You know,
like that's like, yeah, that's what he should really be charged for. If he literally tried to blow up Kid Cudi, like, and no one seems to be bringing that shit up that often. That's insane.
That's insane. That's insane. Listen, again, I hope that justice is served. I think that's a thing that we can all stand behind. But I don't know. It just feels like it started, and I thought there would be like a more like clarity in like what's going on, and it just feels like I'm just like, yeah, but we know this. So like, what else do you need? Like, I'm just waiting for more. And again, maybe this is how they build a case, right? Like, I'm not a fucking lawyer. I don't pretend to be one on TV, but hopefully there's like more clarity, because I'm just like, bro, like you're kind of telling us stuff we already knew, and we're hearing it from a woman who should fucking hate him, because everything that already happened that we either saw a snippet of and we know it was bad because she got a settlement out of it. So like, this isn't new information. I guess is my thing. Which is why I'm struggling a little bit to like figure out like what's going on here. But again, it might just be too early in the process.
Yeah, like at this point, I don't know if there's a whole lot of freaky shit that I could be told that will surprise me. I think that's already been the narrative. I'm just curious what specifically he would be charged with and how many years would come with that. But this feels like the Young Thug case. Like it's gonna be a bunch of memes and he's gone forever and all this shit, and then he's just gonna pay some big ass fine and maybe do like an extra 6 months or some shit. I don't know.
Yeah, it's only gonna get tricky if there's like a thing that like he needs to start dropping names to get out or something, or hey, you need to
Yeah.
tell us who else was there or the ringleader if you weren't. So again, time will tell. If you guys want to follow this stuff in between this, obviously we'll give you updates, but this stuff is everywhere online right now. So, man, fuck it. Like, before we get into like the Adin Ross thing and stuff that could be messy and dramaful, dude, did you get a chance to watch the Red Bull Spiral freestyle?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, bro, let's talk about it, man. So, is this the new thing, by the way? Because I mean, I know Red Bull's always trying to be like a part of culture. I know they have like the breakdancing thing and all that stuff. But is this freestyle thing like a newer thing?
It seems so. At least I haven't seen them put on a show like this before with.
Yeah, because I feel like it's
rappers.
always on the radar when we get
Yeah.
this, or like LA leakers and stuff like that. But this one was cool. Again, the way for those of you who haven't seen it, and maybe we'll hopefully when we do the edits, we'll have a clip of it. But like,
Oh, okay.
yeah,
Apparently, Method Man, Redman, and Raekwon did it last year, but still, it seems like a new thing.
a newer thing. Yeah, but it's Red Bull sponsor. They seem like to be like a larger studio setting, but it is like a spiral camera going around in a circle, and they're like each rapper has like 2 to 3 minutes to do their thing. And this particular one was Big Sean leading off. Is it Abby Soul or AB Soul? I don't know if I remember.
Absol.
Absol. Absol. And then Joey Badass, who's been in the headlines recently. So what were your thoughts on like just the overall 6.5 minutes?
Phenomenal, inspiring, fun, funny. Like, I feel like this is the competitive nature that hip hop needs. They're throwing shots, but none of it was to the point where like you want to throw hands or take it disrespectfully. And I'll admit, I'm not like the biggest fan of battle rap, but like this felt like a digestible form of that. Something that like because you're not gonna bump battle rap in the car, but I could see myself playing this in the car or like if I'm chilling. Like it just felt amazing, and I think it was dope that like Joey Badass, Big Sean, and Absol also bring different styles,
Very different styles
to hip hop, which is dope too. Because I mean we're in an era where like everyone's kind of the same, but it was like watching different superheroes or whatever. So yeah, overall I thought it was amazing and like just oddly so. I wonder how many takes they took because
Yes, bro.
like the timing and everything with like where they would loop in another rapper to say an ad lib or like coordinate like the scripted parts. I'm like, how the fuck did this come out so perfectly?
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I wonder how many takes it took because again, it also like nothing says this thing has to be on a one take thing, right? It's like, bro, this is a recorded thing. It's not live. Like, make it good, right? It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be live. Yeah, man, I really enjoyed it. I would say if we're gonna lead off with a critique or something, I would say the one critique I didn't love the beat selection. And maybe that's for copyright reasons, or maybe they just wanted some kind of tempo that was a little bit slower so you can truly hear them. Because to your point, like I was thinking, like, dude, like where would I bump this again, right? Because like again, the freestyles were hard, but I feel like I love those freestyles where like it's over a beat we love, and then the person makes it their own, and then you're like, oh, this is fire, Like think about all those times that like all those mixtapes of like Lil Wayne back in the day, right? Like, dude, you forget about the original version of the song because Lil Wayne fucking ate that beat. But yeah, man, I love the Big Sean one. I think he ended it very strongly. I thought Absol was great. I forget that he's like a part of TDE as well, but like, which obviously gave even like it made the Joey Badass part of this even that much more enjoyable, right? Like and funny. Right, that was cool. Like when they would have their back and forth a little bit, and it's like, bro, is this about to escalate? And then it's just like, nah, we're good. Like so. I thought that was cool, but obviously, I just think I'm not saying that it was gonna be the obvious choice. I know like Joey Badass is in the headlines more right now because of the shots he's been taking at TDE or the West Coast or J. Cole, blah blah blah. But again, I as a New Yorker, I just respect his flow so much, and I think we've always spoken in the past like how much we enjoy his bodies of work that I was just inevitably drawn to him the most. And because he did have the longer freestyle than the rest of them, I would say if we had to pick a winner of the three, I think he won that moment.
Oh, I think Joey Badass demolished the beat by a long shot. So I fully agree with that. Um, and you could just tell from his energy, like he was hungry to, not to say that everyone else wasn't, but it seemed like Joey Badass like came
Something to
to that
prove.
room to like,
Yeah.
yeah, prove himself. And, you know, maybe there's something to the fact that like I wasn't the biggest fan of his like first couple songs that he recorded to take shots at the West Coast or whatever, Kendrick, because those were kind of like mellow. He was saying like kind of generic shit about like, oh, I'm back and stuff. And I'm like, we didn't even realize you were gone. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
But this shit like was super dope. It just had a different swag to it. I actually really like the beat. I think because it has like a dark tone to it. It is kind of like cypher generic, so I don't think it's a standout by any means. Like it's like if I was like ChatGPT, give me like a cypher beat where I can be
That'd be
aggressive.
top 3.
Yeah, it will come out. But I think I appreciate it just because there's so much trap shit constantly. I'm like, sometimes it would be nice to have like an Alchemist sounding beat that has some punch to it. But yeah, I would agree with you. I think Joey Badass definitely stole the show with that one.
So then your thoughts on the Ab-Soul being in the room, his ties to TDE, and then the active TDE beef with Joey Badass. Like, how do you decipher that? You know, because like, dude, even I had to Google. I'm like, bro, is he still cool with them? Like, how does this work?
Yeah.
You know, like,
It's funny you say that. I mean, I think it's like a friendly fade, as we'll call it. Like nothing serious. No one's making personal shots. So personally, I don't think Kendrick's texting him like, damn, like you're really hanging out with him or anything like that. I think it really is genuinely friendly behind the scenes. Especially because Absol's like a rapper's rapper, like a nerd. Like, there's a cat like Lupe's and those people who like study words just to fucking bend them and make it sound cool. I feel like he's that kind of rapper. There's even conspiracy videos of people saying Absol's like secretly a little jealous of Kendrick because he thinks he's like the brainier, more like lyrical one. Obviously Absol and I'm assuming Kendrick don't have any like real personal issues, but I think
well, I know he was at the pop out. Like I remember,
yeah, he was at the pop out.
Yeah,
but there have been a lot of videos and articles about Absol tweeting and saying stuff about him not like being respected enough, like not having the accolades, not having a bop. Like he really wants like a hit and all this other stuff. And I think naturally, like when all your homies are on, like you're gonna want to prove yourself. And I think this is just another opportunity for him to get respect. And I think it's working. Granted, this isn't gonna chart, but I think him just putting himself in these positions is a plus.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, this made me feel I guess safer, calmer about like this not escalating to anything too serious, right? Because you're like, bro, like if these dudes really had a hatred for each other, and I know Ray Vaughn dropped either before or the day after the Ho era, which again is on the official TDE YouTube page, right? So that's why I was like, bro, this is clearly like they're cool with promoting this. You know what I'm saying? So that's where I was like, dude, like, is he still down with TDE or is that just like a time in his life? Blah, blah, blah. But I love the end where Ab-Soul's like, all right, bro, take it easy, take it easy, take it easy. He's like, nah, bro, I'm just joking, but I'm not, you know, kind of a thing. So like, again, I love that it ended like that. So like, it could almost like let you breathe and not think like, bro, is there going to be some actual drama here? But again, with any beef, bro, as these things keep going and like real verbal shots are taken, it almost seems inevitable, but I would just hope because of again, I can't imagine Ab-Soul being in a room with someone who generally had hatred for someone he fucks with. So like, yeah, again, it gives me peace, but I did find it interesting though, right? Like it was like a little side soap opera in a way of like, all right, this guy's about to rep TDE in a real way, and the guy next after is about to shit on TDE in a real way, and we're all going to be okay with it. Like to have that all within like a 3-minute span was like very entertaining TV.
And I think actually one of the most personal shots, and you probably didn't notice it. I definitely didn't notice it. I don't think most people did, but there's a part where Ab-Soul ended and he said to Big Sean, like asked Nene who her favorite rapper is, and
Oh, did
turns
he
out
smash Janae like back in the
he
day?
didn't smash her, but he there's an interview of Jean Aiko with someone. I don't know if it's Zane Lowe or something, but she's like, he asked who her favorite rappers are, and she's like, if I were to be a rapper, like I would choose Ab Soul, and like he just, I feel like we're on the same frequency, and like he just embodies like everything I represent and all this stuff. So he threw that shot into the cipher, which was dope, and it was nice to see it not like escalate into some,
Escalate, yeah. Like, what the fuck you said about my wife?
yeah.
Yeah, bro. I'm saying the back and forth felt very like real, but at always a playful level, which was again, I think is the beauty of what hip hop should be, right? Like, again, think about like those slap DVDs or smack DVDs back in the day, like all the battle raps, but like they're also boys, So like, yeah, again, if you guys haven't seen it, it's only like 6.5 minutes or 8 minutes on YouTube. But the Red Bull Spiral Cipher, bro, I'm a fan, man. Yeah, that was cool. Like, I think entertaining, and obviously you need the right people in it, right? Because I think the same thing with like the DET ciphers back in the day, it becomes like this too many people, they're not in sync, just 8 people fucking yapping, like, whereas this felt like cohesive, and like maybe it wasn't a scripted song, but there was enough scripted moments where like, all right, dude, I'm gonna do this. I'm not gonna tell you what to say, but jump in, right? Like that was cool.
Yeah, I would love to see like the behind the scenes of them writing shit and be like, hey, like when I say this, you come here and say that, and like that would be dope to see. But we'll probably never get that.
We'll never get that. Yeah. But again, I'm all for Big Sean trying to get moments, man, because this feels more of a, damn it, I hate to say this, bro, but like this is the space he needs to be in, bro. Like I think when he tries to be in that other rare air where it gets a little convoluted and we're like, bro, like, nah, man, chill. But like with this, when he's the most established person in the room, I think there's also a level of like, he can put his shoulders down and just do what he does, right? I think when he's trying to compete at that higher level, when he has to have the Drake feature or the Kendrick, whatever, it's like, I have to raise my game. It's like, or just do the best version of you, bro. And like, that's what we like.
Yeah, and I think there's nothing wrong with that. And it's, if anything, I think it's detrimental when you're like actually trying desperately to prove you're the best. Just be good at what you do, and you're gonna be someone's favorite. Like, someone out there is going to right now is saying Big Sean's their favorite rapper. You don't have to win like the public's perception. If anything, I feel like most of the rappers that I actually like aren't rappers who everyone thinks are the best, because there's something about them that's unique and specifically I like that makes them dope. So yeah, I agree. Big Sean, like whatever pocket you want to call this, is dope.
Yeah, it's dope. It's dope. And honestly, it also got me very excited to see what Joey Badass has coming up. So yeah, check it out if you haven't yet. But yeah, man, I guess we can go into the Adin Ross Doechii fiasco. So Adin Ross was doing a stream, last week or the beginning of this week? And just went off. Yeah, just went off on Doechii. For one, having that feature on the Timeless remix, which is the Weeknd and Cardi song, and then also for the way that she treated, based off the footage at the people at the Met Gala, because she wanted more umbrellas for her outfit or whatever, so like he was going off on her and called her unintelligent, a piece of shit,
bitch.
Yeah, dude, the B word was crazy.
Yeah.
Like I was like,
he said it like 7 times.
Bitch. Yeah. That was crazy, bro. Because that becomes like, I think it's hard to take whatever the content is you're saying when you're just like vulgar to someone else. You know, right? Like it's almost like, bro, I can't even take you seriously when now I'm just like very confused. Like, why do you feel so aggressively about this that you feel comfortable calling someone whatever the name is, right? Like if it's like a fucking whatever the word is, like why is that you're doing? So yes, it was odd to me, bro. But like, what were your because it also stems from, he called her industry plant, and like Like that was in the air. So like, yeah, like this whole moment for her, this specific moment, and obviously sprinkling the Adin Ross. And like, what are your thoughts on it?
I mean, I feel like there's no issue in calling someone an industry plant, talentless, trash. Like these are all comments people put on YouTube and Instagram all day, and we know it's exaggerated. When someone's saying someone's trash, they're really just saying they don't fuck with the song. It doesn't mean they're actually horrible. But I think it was unwarranted because first of all, when I saw the video of the umbrella stuff with Doechii, I thought it was staged because it just felt like something out of a TV show. Like, hey, like pretend to be this celebrity who's unappreciative of her assistance. And
Yeah.
she was just like, I need more umbrellas. Come on, blah. Like wasn't vulgar. She didn't spit on anyone. She wasn't being racist. So to me, I'm like, one, if this is fake, I don't think it's funny, but it's whatever. And then
Yeah.
two, if this is real, I'm sure everyone has a bad day. Like ultimately, I don't think it's good behavior, but it's not enough for me to be like, this is who she is. Now, fucking 18 of these videos come out.
Yeah, yeah,
like,
yeah.
All right, fuck her. Like, this is ridiculous. But one video, I feel like it's irresponsible in this day and age to box someone into a category off of like one bad moment when if all of us had our life recorded,
Yeah.
we'd all be canceled. So it's wild to me that Adin would go off the rails this far. It's one thing to be upset, but to say bitch 100 times and then also even though it's not necessarily what he was trying to do, kind of has like a racial like or even just misogynistic undertone to it. For some reason, it just felt weird.
Felt wrong.
I don't know why.
Yeah. I mean, I think I got more misogyny only because, like, bro, I know how much again, I don't know if it's equal on both sides, but how much he tries to be a part of the culture as opposed to like culture vulturing. So I never feel like it's like a race thing with him. It just felt like it felt wrong thing. Like, bro, this feels odd. Like this is not like you going a rant and saying, dude, her album is trash. This felt like a personal attack on like a human being. And again, maybe because like we have wives, so it's like, would I want anyone speaking to my wife like this? Like, absolutely, I'll fucking, we're fighting, So it just felt like weird. Yeah, like weird. Like, yo, maybe you're crossing a line here that like you can probably say all these things about her. If you only said bitch once, we'd be like, all right, bro, like this bitch is acting crazy. Everyone says that, but like to come back to it so aggressively, like in the span of like a minute, it's just like.
Also, I think what threw me off too is when he said unintelligent. Because now you lose me when you're arguing with someone and like all of a sudden they're insulting shit that has nothing to do with the argument. Like that's why your breath stink. And I'm like, bitch, we were talking about politics. Now my breath is fucking influencing the economy. Like that's what this shit felt like. And I don't know if nowadays it seems like everything's for content. I've no choice but to assume, okay, you're cool with Drake. You kind of beefing with everyone related to TDE. So it's in your best interest to just fucking hate everything any one of those motherfuckers
and help create some kind of narrative and have more people jump in because you already have a huge fan base, blah, 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 blah. Yeah.
And worst case scenario, Drake sends you a bottle of Moet because you did this. So that's kind of the vibe I get. I don't even know if he really cares. I just know content puts money in his pockets. I just thought,
and everyone's talking about it right now.
Yep, exactly. I mean, we're talking about it. I think we both agree it was unnecessary. Yeah, unnecessary. And especially because like the comment about her being on the Timeless remix, I'm like, bro, like I think it's only weird because she's a female, maybe, bro. Because my thing is like in the history of hip hop, and I'll just go the last 20 years, bro. Whoever the hottest person is in that space, they're always gonna be asked to be on features, right? When Drake was the hottest thing, he was on every feature. When Fabulous was the hottest thing, he was on every feature. So like the baby got a fucking Dua Lipa song, right? So why wouldn't Doechii be asked to like jump on a popular song when she's the most popular thing in the industry? Like that also doesn't like, this is not proving she's a plant. This is just proving that like people like her. Yeah, I don't think it proves she's a plant. I mean, and I think we have concrete proof that she's like literally on YouTube, there's videos from 8 years ago for doing the anxiety song or whatever. I think I do agree though. Like as soon as I saw on my Spotify that she was on the remix, it was just, I guess, blatantly obvious to me that there was this push for her. And I think part of it is it's like a gift and a curse thing. There's like no one else who like seemingly has any star power
Yeah.
this year. And think of anybody like Jenny from Blackpink, whoever. If the label's like, all right, we need to find someone in the American market who's hot that we can throw on this song and get eyeballs, Doechii's gonna be the fucking first person on that list every time. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see her pop up like 5 more times, and it's just gonna breed more hate because
Yeah.
she's the only one, and like you're gonna feel like you can't escape her. So it's unfortunate because I mean it's a great position to be in to like have everyone want you on a song, but then the public's like, dog, like I want something that feels organic, and it seems
Yeah.
like every corner I turn, Doechii's forced into the conversation.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I just feel like this is like history repeating itself. But I think to your point, there's just like such a lack of supply that it just feels like it's constantly going to be like the same 2 or 3 people.
Right,
Right.
right.
Like I think in the past, maybe. Yeah, again, I just remember like, bro, that Drake era, that Drake run, that Little Wayne run, that you like, again, I remember the 50 Cent run, bro. Like, dude, the fact that Little Kim had him on a fucking song and like they had beef, but it was like, I have to have the hottest guy on this song on the like, magic stick. I don't know. I just feel like this is history repeating itself, but there's also, again, there's just like only 3 or 4 people you can get on a fucking song right now that's going to move the needle, right? It's Kendrick.
Yeah.
It's her. Maybe Sexy Red. Drake, Gunna, maybe, but like no one else gives a fuck because it's not going to be different.
Yeah. I actually got into like not serious back and forth, but a back and forth with a different YouTube video about this, and I was in the comments, and my theory was that I think a lot of the hate is coming from the fact that she doesn't have an undeniable banger where people are like, all right, that makes sense. Like, I fuck with that song. Not only does she not have a banger, but everyone, I've heard people who are fans of Doechii hates the anxiety song. So those 2 things combined are making people say to themselves, you don't deserve a goddamn thing, unfortunately. And I'm like, if I were her or the label, I'm desperately trying to get a hit that no one can dispute. Because otherwise people are just going to look at her like, oh, this is like a DEI of hip hop, like the DEI of music or hip hop.
Damn. That's, I mean, again, there's just a version of this it's accurate. I get that. But yeah, I mean, yeah, the undeniable banger. I mean, I don't want to, I mean, bro, that's also like subjective, right? Like,
Yeah.
highly subjective, but so is music. But I get what you're saying. Like, there's no like that one song that you're like, damn, bro, that shit had me like moving for weeks. And then I got, jumped on the rest. It was like almost like we found her. She had an entire album ready to go. And now she's the biggest thing in hip hop.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what it feels like. And like doing more research, I noticed she was actually a feature on like songs I listened to 5 years ago. But so it's very clear that she's been putting in work, but the public's lazy. We don't have time to fucking research her background and shit. Like you're just like, oh, I know her from the anxiety song. Why is she working with this person and that person? And on top of that, the anxiety song's a fucking cover. It's not even like technically 100% original.
Yeah.
So people are just gonna be haters because of that.
Yeah, I forgot that it was that song that we love, the banger.
Yeah, Katy Perry, yeah.
Is it Katy Perry?
Yeah, used to know.
That's not Katy Perry, bro. That's Goat. Goyte.
I thought it was Katy Perry.
No, the girl in the song looks like Katy Perry.
Or she sounded like Katy Perry. Wait, no, it's Goat featuring Katy Perry. Somebody that I used to know.
No,
I didn't even know who
that was not Katy Perry, bro.
No, I see it. Oh no, it's cover AI.
Yeah, there's no way 100% that's not Katy Perry, bro. Because this guy was a nobody and had that banger. It's featuring Kim.
Oh shit. Damn, this whole time I literally thought the female singer was Katy Perry. She sounds exactly like her.
Yeah, the female singer is Kimbra. Kimbra.
That's wild.
Yeah, but she had the black bob. You know, you couldn't really see her face fully. I think Doechii actually gives like a nod to them in the video.
That's wild. I'm listening to the AI version and it sounds exactly like Katy. It's like the same song.
Yeah, but again, let us know in the comments if you think Adin Ross crossed the line, and yeah, if you think that Doechii really is and truly an industry plant, or deserving of all this success. So, all right, my G. I mean, again, I think that kind of hits everything for the week. But as always, let's do some heat of the week before we get out of here. Episode 210. Yeah, man, what's been a heat of the week for you?
Lots of good music since we last spoke. This isn't my heat of the week, but Key Glock released a new project, which is pretty dope. If you want to check that out,
Was that Glockamati or
Glockavelli? I think
Glockavelli.
Yeah, Glockavelli. Nothing groundbreaking or anything, but
just fun. Key Glock.
Yeah,
that's dope.
What you expect, which I'm not mad at. But the song I've been bumping quite a bit is by an artist called Nasty C. The song is called Psychic.
Okay.
I believe he's from Africa, but you wouldn't know from listening to his music. He sounds like an Atlanta artist. I mean, the song is like a trap song, and really, really dope. Like, I recommend listening to it in the gym.
Nice.
Not doing anything too crazy on the song, but very catchy, hard-hitting beat. So recommend checking that out.
Nice, dude. Awesome. Nice. And he's you said he is African? Do you know from where?
Yeah. Let me see. So he's South African. I'm just gonna go on a whim and say Johannesburg, but let's see. SDC. I love how it's like, is that a normal thing to just say you're from a region and not the actual fucking place?
Let's say West Africa?
South African.
I mean, but South Africa is a country, so that makes sense.
But I thought most people go by like the specific, like
Johannesburg or Cape Town or
Cape Town or something.
I mean, it's also probably like Spotify not trying to do more research and like, yo, here you go. Here's South African artist if you're looking for one. If you like Tyler, you'll like this.
Yeah. I can't find it. Oh, South African.
South African. Nice. Shout out to him. Cool. Nasty C. Dude, mine is not a new song by any means. I think the Nasty C is actually like a new song, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So 2025. So mine is, dude, like last week. That's fire that you found this already. So, dude, mine isn't a new song, but it's like an undeniable song. And again, I feel like every heat of the week that I'm going to give for the rest of the summer is going to be like summer focus. So mine is, dude, 30 for 30, SZA, Kendrick. Bro, I know it's everywhere, but it wasn't everywhere for me before. So like, I think I've been listening to it more because the algorithm just keeps sending it to me. And I think, bro, again, outside, weather's not too hot just yet, evening breeze, nice drink in hand, you're trying to chill. Bro, great song, right? It's a new Kendrick song where you don't have to overthink, are there disses here? It's just like, make a good song. So like, yeah, I think they're both of them together is a cheat code. And I think I told you this before, but I think that flow specifically by Kendrick on those like kind of songs where he's like kind of singing, but then goes into the rap and then slows it down even more. I mean, bro, like it's going to be really hard to like, for him to not keep doing that because it just seems like an absolute winner every time.
Yeah, no, I love that flow. And I think that's why like the lyrical miracle dudes get really self-conscious and upset. It's because it's difficult to do that and be like lyrical, and Kendrick seems to have a good little pocket with that.
Yeah, but it's, I mean, again, almost like the I don't want to say the opposite of Big Sean because that'd be like a massive like discredit to him, but like an optimal amount of confidence that like, bro, even if it doesn't sound good, there's a confidence like I'm still gonna try it, right? And then like I think that confidence in itself, when you're already a uber duper talented, gifted artist, and you have the confidence and you have the skill set, yeah, dude, it's gonna be hard not to pull it off. But yeah, 30 for 30, fire, bro, fire. Such a fucking good song. That's why I'm surprised like Luther is still doing so. Again, I know it's both of them, but like I think 30 for 30 is a way better song than Luther, you know? So I don't know if it's like the nostalgia of Luther that people like that idea of it. But I think 30 for 30, if I had to pick a number one song in the country, like that's the song I'm going with.
I think I still probably prefer Luther, but if I had to guess the reason why it's charting better is I think we like pretty much never get anything remotely close to like more like a original like R&B-ish music. So I think it just stands out like infinitely more.
Yeah. And again, nostalgia, right? I think like the idea of like the way it starts with Luther Vandross. So yeah, that's our heat of the week. Yeah, dude, you're 2 weeks away from the GNX tour. Are you still doing it? You've been able to like keep your head away from like all the stuff that you've been posting about the show?
Yeah, I'm proud of myself. Every time I see a clip, I'm like, I want to press it, but I've avoided most things. Pretty much have just heard good things. I did see that Baby Keem popped out at one of them. So my fingers are crossed that he brings someone out to the Bay. I feel like it would make complete sense. So I'm confident somebody will pop out, but even if it doesn't happen, like I'm always excited about just a good performance.
Yeah. And again, I've heard nothing but great things. And I think, I don't know if it was this show, but I think, I saw a couple of friends of mine at the New York show at MetLife, and that looked crazy. So yeah.
Oh yeah, that was the Baby Keem one.
Was it? Okay, cool. Yeah. So again, I'm excited for you, bro. And that's at the Oracle Arena?
Yes, correct.
Nice. That'll be like your second show there, right? Like that you've seen?
Yeah, second show. The first one was Blackpink.
Oh, then where'd you see Drake and 21 Savage?
Drake was at the Chase Center, and then
so pre right? Or was that after?
That was right after her loss.
Okay, got it. Very cool. Cool, man. But yeah, we'll have time to talk about all that stuff. But all right, my guys, get out of here. Let the people know where they can find us and what we got going on.
Yes, sir. Catch us at audio-theory.com. New episode every week on all platforms. We also have the Heat of the Week, Spotify and Apple Music playlists on the site, so be sure to peep that. If you want merch, it's on the site. If you're on YouTube, check down below. We have merch as well. Otherwise, please like, subscribe, comment, do what you can to support the channel.
Do what you can. I appreciate you guys loving the older content. So spam, go crazy. And I promise you, we've been listening to hip hop since well before 2012. So I think that was like a comment that like was a lot of things. So again, I promise you, we've listened to hip hop for much longer than that. But I love you, my dude. Be safe. Talk to you soon.
Peace.